Dear learners, now let's explore our next inventory metrics, which is called as days on hand. Now let's understand the definition of days on hand. So days on hand is a measurement of how many days it takes for a business to sell their inventory. And this talks about number of days an inventory is kept on an average in a business before it is sold. So let's take an example. So if I am a seller of laptops, consider a situation that I bought a laptop and I kept this for 60 days in my facility until it is sold. That means my days on hand for that laptop is 60 days. Now let's calculate days on hand. So the formula for days on hand is equal to number of days in the calculation period divided by inventory turnover ratio. Now, since we are taking this example for entire year, we have already seen that we have assumed that our starting period is 1st of January 2022 and our ending period is 31st of December 2022. That means number of days in the period are 365 days divided by inventory turnover ratio. So we had calculated this as 4.15. So once we put this in a formula, we get days on hand equal to 87.9, and days is the unit of measure for these metrics. So what this actually represents is it takes 87.9 days, or you can consider 88 days for the company to sell their average inventory. Now some companies may refer this as weeks on hand, or they can even refer this as months on hand. So if we have to calculate weeks on hand, then the formula is days on hand divided by 7, because we are converting days into a weeks, and that comes as 12.6 weeks. That means company needs 12.6 weeks to sell their average inventory. The second formula that we had seen is months on hand, and to calculate that, it is basically days on hand divided by 30, because we are converting days into a months, and that tells us that company needs 2.92 months, that means almost 3 months to sell their average inventory. Now in an ideal situation, if days on hand is low, then performance is better. That means if your company takes less number of days to sell their average inventory, then performance of that particular product is much better.